Welcome to Wealth Hustle 247 podcast, your trusted guide to financial literacy, business innovation, and entrepreneurial success. Learn how to grow your wealth, make informed decisions, and turn your ideas into profitable ventures.
Unlock the power to attract your dreams. In this inspiring podcast from the Gaslife Channel, Laws of Attraction, discover how your thoughts and energy shape your reality. This AI-generated overview reveals the secrets to aligning your mindset with your goals so you can manifest the life you've always desired. Your future is in your hands. Start attracting greatness today.
All right, so we're diving deep into the law of attraction today. You guys gave us a fascinating source this time around.
Yeah.
A YouTube transcript, actually, titled Law of Attraction, The Whole Universe is Working in Your Favor audiobook from the channel Gaslife. Now, the universe working in my favor, I like the sound of that. I'm intrigued.
Right.
But also a little skeptical, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's a fine line between inspiration and, well, let's just say I'm ready to see what this audiobook has to offer.
Yeah, right away it jumps into this idea of interconnectedness. You know, how everything's part of this grand cosmic fabric.
Okay.
Which is pretty familiar territory when it comes to the law of attraction.
I've definitely heard that before, but does this source offer anything new or unique?
Well, I think what's interesting is how much it emphasizes this idea of active alignment.
Active alignment.
Yeah, it's not enough to just think positive thoughts. You have to make sure your actions are aligned with those thoughts as well.
So it's not just wishful thinking, it's more about walking the walk.
Exactly. It's about embodying your desires, not just daydreaming about them. And that's where it gets into reprogramming the subconscious mind, which is where it gets really fascinating.
I'm with you there. The subconscious mind, it's powerful but also kind of mysterious. How does this source suggest we tap into that power?
Well, they actually suggest two techniques, journaling and affirmations.
Okay.
So you start by journaling to unearth those hidden beliefs that might be holding you back.
Right, like a fear of failure, maybe.
Exactly, or a belief that you're not worthy of success or love, whatever it might be.
Yeah, journaling can be really insightful, I found. But how do affirmations fit into this?
So once you've identified a limiting belief, you counter it with a positive affirmation. It's like replacing a negative thought loop with a new empowering mantra.
Okay, so you're basically rewriting the script in your mind.
Exactly. And the source suggests that by repeatedly affirming those positive statements, even if you don't fully believe them, yet you start to rewire those subconscious patterns.
So it's like actively challenging those negative thoughts and replacing them with a more positive outlook.
Precisely. And by combining journaling with affirmations, you create this powerful feedback loop. You're becoming aware of the limiting beliefs and actively replacing them with empowering ones.
That's fascinating. So it's not just about thinking positive thoughts, it's about rewiring your subconscious to support those thoughts.
Exactly. It's about creating a mental environment where your desires can actually flourish.
Mm.
And that leads us to another key point. The source emphasizes the importance of emotions in the manifestation process.
Emotion. Okay, I'm listening.
The source argues that it's not enough to just think about what you want. You have to feel it too. So imagine the joy, the excitement, the gratitude as if you've already achieved your goal.
Okay, so it's not just thinking, I want $1 million. It's feeling the exhilaration of already having it.
Exactly. It's about aligning your thoughts and your emotions with your desires, creating that vibrational match that attracts those experiences into your reality.
I'm starting to see how this all connects. But let's get real for a second. We've all heard those stories about people manifesting parking spots or winning lottery tickets. Does this source address the limitations of the law of attraction? Like, can I really manifest anything I want?
That's a great question, and one the source actually addresses head-on. They acknowledge that there are things beyond our control factors like timing and external circumstances.
Right.
They introduce this concept of divine timing, suggesting that things unfold according to a larger plan, even if we don't always understand it.
Divine timing. It's a concept I find both comforting and confusing. How does this source reconcile that idea with actively manifesting our desires?
Well, the source suggests that surrendering to divine timing doesn't mean passively waiting for things to happen.
Right.
It's about taking inspired action while trusting that the universe has a bigger picture in mind.
So it's about finding that sweet spot between effort and surrender.
Exactly, and having faith that everything is unfolding as it should, even when things don't go exactly as planned.
That makes me think about how this applies to finding love, because surely attracting a soulmate can't be as simple as just visualizing them, right?
Well, you'd be surprised. But the source actually emphasizes self-love as the foundation for attracting a loving partner.
Hmm.
They suggest that by cultivating self-love and setting clear intentions for the kind of relationship you desire, you can attract a partner who aligns with those qualities.
So it's less about finding the one and more about becoming the kind of person who attracts the love you want.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of love and attracting a partner who reflects that back to you.
I like that. That seems to be a recurring theme in this source, self-love.
It is. And that's something we'll definitely delve into further as we explore how this source applies the law of attraction to different areas of life.
I'm excited to dig deeper, but before we move on, is there anything else in this first part of the source that stood out to you?
Well, there's this concept that piqued my interest, the law of vibration.
The law of vibration.
Yeah, the source suggests that everything in the universe, including our thoughts and emotions, vibrates at a certain frequency. And those vibrations attract similar vibrations.
So it's like we attract what we're tuned into.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the source suggests that by raising our vibration through practices like gratitude, positive self-talk, surrounding ourselves with positive influences, we can attract more of what we desire.
Okay, that sounds like a whole other rabbit hole to explore.
It is.
I think that's a great place to pause for now.
I agree. We've covered a lot of ground already, but there's much more to uncover as we dive deeper into this fascinating source.
Definitely.
So we've talked about the basics, but how does all this apply to real life,
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about too. It's one thing to talk about vibrational alignment and all that,
Right.
but how does that actually translate into attracting wealth or landing your dream job?
Right. Well, this source actually gets into the specifics.
Okay, good.
And one area it focuses on is manifesting financial abundance.
Money manifesting. Who doesn't want that? So what's their take on it?
Well, it goes beyond that typical think positive thoughts about money advice. It emphasizes understanding that money is a form of energy. So it's subject to the same laws of attraction as everything else.
So like my thoughts and beliefs about money actually impact how much of it I have.
Exactly. That's what this source is suggesting. So if you're constantly stressed about bills and feeling like you'll never get ahead, you might be repelling wealth.
Oh no, so I'm manifesting debt with all my worrying.
Well, potentially, yeah. But the good news, you can shift those negative thought patterns and replace them with affirmations of abundance and prosperity.
Affirmations. Okay, but is it really that simple?
It's not just about the affirmations. The source also highlights the importance of gratitude for what you already have.
Even if it's not a lot.
Exactly. Even if you're struggling financially, focusing on what you're grateful for can open you up to receiving more.
It's about shifting from a mindset of lack to a mindset of abundance.
Exactly. And recognizing that abundance already exists in your life, no matter how small it may seem.
I can get behind that. But what about taking action? Does the source acknowledge that sometimes you need more than just positive thoughts and gratitude?
Of course.
Yeah.
The source isn't saying just sit back and wait for money to fall from the sky.
Right.
It encourages inspired action, aligning your actions with your intentions.
So if I want to attract wealth, I also need to be looking for opportunities, managing my finances wisely and all that.
Exactly. It's about finding that balance between the inner work and the outer action.
Inner work, outer action. I like that. And I guess that applies to manifesting anything, really, whether it's love, health.
Exactly. It's about aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with your desired reality.
Now, that makes me think back to that law of vibration thing.
Oh, yeah?
Does the source apply that to manifesting in different areas of life?
It does. And they offer some interesting techniques for raising your vibration, like sound healing.
Sound healing.
Yeah, to harmonize your energy and align you with your desires.
Okay, I'm not sure I've heard of that before. What does that even involve?
Well, the source doesn't go into a ton of detail, but it suggests that certain sounds and frequencies can help shift your energetic state.
So like listening to certain types of music, maybe?
Yeah, or using chanting or toning, or even exploring those sound healing modalities like crystal bowls or tuning forks.
I gotta be honest, I'm a little skeptical, but also kind of intrigued. Does the source offer any scientific backing for this?
Not specifically. They present it more as an ancient practice that's gaining modern recognition.
Interesting. Okay, so sound healing to manifest my dream vacation.
Speaking of travel,
Yes.
the source actually emphasizes the transformative power of travel.
Okay, I'm all ears.
It encourages manifesting travel experiences that align with your desires. So whether it's exotic destinations, thrilling adventures, or cultural immersion.
So instead of just pinning pictures on my Pinterest board, I can actually use the law of attraction to make those trips happen.
Right, and they suggest using visualization techniques to vividly imagine yourself in those destinations, really feel the excitement and joy.
In affirmations
Exactly. To reinforce your belief in the possibility of those travel adventures. So create that vision board, write down those affirmations, and really visualize yourself exploring those destinations.
Love it. It's like creating a tangible representation of your travel dreams. But what about real life constraints, financial limitations or time off work? Does the source address those?
They do acknowledge those obstacles, but they encourage looking at them as opportunities for problem solving rather than roadblocks.
Okay.
So maybe exploring alternative travel options, budget-friendly destinations, shorter trips, or even just exploring your own city or region.
That's a good point, making travel a priority even if you start small.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As you align your energy with your travel desires and take inspired action, the universe will conspire to bring those experiences into your reality.
All right, I'm feeling inspired. But does the source only talk about manifesting material things or external experiences? What about personal growth or finding your purpose?
That's a great question. And the source actually dives into that beautifully, emphasizing that the law of attraction can be applied to all areas of life.
So personal growth, spiritual development, finding your purpose, it's all fair game.
Exactly. And they suggest that your purpose isn't something you find, but rather something you create.
Okay, so how do I create my purpose?
It starts with exploring your passions, identifying your unique talents and gifts, and then using those to make a positive impact on the world.
So aligning your actions with your values and using your abilities to contribute something meaningful.
Exactly. And trusting that as you do so, the universe will support you in finding your path and fulfilling your purpose.
I love that. It's not just about getting what you want, it's about becoming the best version of yourself and making a difference.
Right. And that leads us to another interesting concept that the source highlights: collective manifestation.
Collective manifestation. I haven't heard that term before.
It's the idea that when people come together with a shared intention, their combined energy amplifies the manifestation process.
So it's like the power of group intention.
Exactly. And the source suggests that this principle can be applied to everything from personal goals to global issues.
Wow. So we could collectively manifest world peace.
That's the idea. But of course, there's always the question of what's to stop people from using collective manifestation for negative purposes.
Yeah, that's a valid concern.
And the source acknowledges that emphasizing that intention is key. The energy you put out into the world, whether individually or collectively, will ultimately determine the outcome.
So it all comes back to aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with your desires, whether you're manifesting individually or as part of a group.
Absolutely. And that brings us to another important point. The source highlights the importance of gratitude and giving back.
Gratitude and giving back, how do those fit into the law of attraction?
The source suggests that gratitude is a powerful amplifier of manifestation.
Okay.
By expressing gratitude for what you already have, you open yourself up to receiving even more. And by giving back to others, whether through acts of kindness, generosity, or sharing your talents, you create a positive ripple effect in the world.
So it's not just about receiving, it's about giving back as well.
Exactly. The source emphasizes that we are all interconnected and that acts of kindness and generosity contribute to a more harmonious and abundant world for everyone.
That's a beautiful thought. I think that wraps up the practical applications of the law of attraction pretty nicely.
Yeah, we covered a lot, from finances to travel to finding your purpose.
Yeah.
What stood out to you the most from this part of the deep dive?
Honestly, it's hard to pick just one thing. The whole travel manifestation box thing really resonated with me, and I'm definitely going to try that. But also this collective manifestation concept is so intriguing.
It is powerful, right?
Like if we could harness all that energy for good.
Yeah.
Imagine the possibilities.
It all comes back to that interconnectedness,
Yeah.
that this source keeps talking about. We're not just individuals off on our own little manifesting journeys.
Right.
We're all part of something much bigger. And our thoughts, our energy, it all has an impact on the collective.
So it's like we have a responsibility to use this knowledge wisely.
Yeah.
Not just for ourselves, but for everyone.
Absolutely. I'm sensing a shift in your tone.
Oh, yeah.
You started off pretty skeptical, but now you sound almost inspired.
I think you're right. Maybe it's just the way this source presents the law of attraction. It's not just about getting what you want. It's about becoming more conscious,
Yeah.
more aware of our thoughts, our energy, and the impact we have on the world.
I think that's a great point. And it highlights what makes this source so interesting. It goes beyond the surface level. It really encourages us to look inward,
Yeah.
examine our beliefs, and use this knowledge to create a more fulfilling life, not just to attract material things.
So it's about aligning ourselves with our values
Yeah,
and becoming better versions of ourselves.
exactly. True abundance goes beyond wealth and possessions,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
It's about love, purpose, connection, joy, and contributing to something greater than ourselves.
And that ties back to the gratitude and giving back.
Oh, absolutely.
That's like those acts are expressions of that deeper abundance.
Exactly. It's a beautiful cycle, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The more we focus on what we're grateful for and find ways to give back,
Right.
the more we align ourselves with that higher vibration of abundance.
And spread that positive energy outwards.
Exactly. It's like the universe rewards generosity and kindness
Yeah.
by giving us even more to be grateful for.
It's an upward spiral of abundance.
Exactly. And I think that's a powerful message for our listeners.
Definitely. The law of attraction, it's not just about attracting things.
Right.
It's about becoming more conscious, more aligned, more grateful, and more giving.
It's about creating a more fulfilling and abundant life for everyone.
Yeah, it reminds me that we have so much power to shape our reality,
Mm-hmm.
not just through our actions, but through our energy and our intentions, too.
Absolutely.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
It is. It really is a message that can resonate with anyone who's looking to live a more purposeful, joyful, and abundant life.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
I gotta say, I started this deep dive feeling skeptical, but I'm leaving feeling pretty inspired.
Me too. Maybe there's something to this law of attraction after all.
Perhaps the magic is in the journey, you know?
Exactly. The self-discovery, the growth, who knows what we might manifest as we keep exploring these principles.
The possibilities are endless.
They really are.
That's something to think about for sure. Until next time, everyone, keep exploring, keep creating, and keep those positive vibes flowing.
That's it for today's episode of Wealth Hustle 247. Be sure to follow, like, comment, and share with others. Keep pushing toward your goals, and we'll see you in the next episode.